Taurus, welcome to Psychic Sid. I am Psychic Sid. I'm a professional astrologer, psychic, shaman, medium, seer, volleyball player, mambo, witch. I'm a lot of things. So go ahead and check out the link down below if you're interested in the products that I sell. If you want to see my social media, see what I be doing, okay? Go ahead, check that out. This is for Taurus. So you could be a sun, moon, ascendant, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Taurus, or you can have Taurus somewhere in your astrological chart. Or you just came across this reading and resonates for you. You could also know someone who has Taurus somewhere in the astrological chart. Okay. And the reading can still resonate for you. The more you interact with the reading, the more likely it is to come into fruition for you. So feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much for your time, comments, likes, subscriptions, gifts, readings, bookings, and referrals. You guys are absolutely amazing. I can see how you guys favoriting the Psychic products. Go check out my new products as well. And let's get into it. I'm super excited for you, Taurus. Make sure to come back to the reading to see if any of these predictions have come into fruition for you. I hope you're having an amazing day. Hi, Taurus. Let's get into your reading. What's the future for Taurus, please? What's the future for Taurus, please? No. Yeah, that's nice. That's real nice, actually. Whew. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. I didn't realize how many new people watch Psychic Sid just from like the advertisement basically on social media. I had no idea how long ago. Dude, like, and that you like them to be basically done a particular way. So hopefully you guys like the formats. All right. Okay. See about that's what I thought. So as I'm filming this, Venus did already go into Pisces, so then Pisces energy has came out. It just went into Pisces this rising at 5:18 a.m. at 0 degrees. I feel like you are developing a new identity, especially in regards to love. The love for yourself and the love for others, with your relationships, connections, in your relationship with money. Wanting it to be your absolute dream, but also recognizing you sort of had to realize what is that for you, like what is your ultimate dream, like what is it that you actually want, because you have your overall energy being Neptune, sacrifice, which is where you get the Pisces, Sagittarius, Ophiuchus energy from. So the reason we say that The reason we say that 10, essentially, like 10 is the number of control, right? So the number 10 could be significant for you. The number 23 could also be significant for you. The number 5 could be significant for you. The number 10 is all about control. You're realizing you have to sacrifice control. You are also receiving a promotion. Congratulations. But in the process of that promotion, you'll probably have to sacrifice something else, right? As you get promoted. If you are in a relationship or a marriage, your significant other feels like you guys are destined to be together. Like you guys are supposed to be together. This is a destined connection, a relationship. Okay, if you are single, you feel like somebody romantically is shooting their shot at you. Okay, or if you are a single masculine energy, you are wanting to shoot your shot at somebody who is also single. Okay, but again, in order to obtain something, there has to be a sacrifice, right? Something has to be released. Now, once we get to 10, we go back to 0 in the esoteric and occult world. So you are doing a new type of job, a new type of occupation you've never done before. I feel like you have like no experience in this. You're just going in there like bold. You're like, girl, I'm just about it. I'm just going. You're like, I'm going off a pure vibe. And you know what? I support this message. I feel like you're going off with something with pure vibe. Many of you guys are also graduating. Congratulations. You could have graduated from school, graduated from a program. Okay. I'm seeing you also recognize you are letting go of who you thought you were, who you thought you were, what you thought your dreams were. It's almost like you are, I feel like you had dreams. Some of you guys, this is like having dreams. This would be like ambitions, goals, right? That made you feel like you had control. And you're now releasing the need for control. Believe. You now have your own belief. Some of you are getting married. Some of you are going to a preacher, a priest, a bishop, a shaman. Okay, spiritual teacher. Some of you could be one. Many of you are recognizing you want a traditional relationship, traditional marriage. If you're in a relationship or a marriage, you're also recognizing you and your significant other do believe in the same things. Religiously, spiritually, you guys believe in the same things, essentially. You guys have the same belief. And you're also recognizing you now know what you believe in. Regardless of how unique it may make you, you now have your own truth, your own belief. And it's the fact that we each have our own truths, our own beliefs, and that's what makes us a collective while still remaining individuals. Well, it's really beautiful indeed, which is very interesting how we go from this very watery energy where you're literally at the bottom of the sea. Has anyone gotten to the bottom of the sea? That's how deep Neptune is. It's the belief. Well, okay, think of mentally, right? Pisces represents mental institutions. Think of the energy of losing yourself mentally, right? It's like you're swimming. It's like you're at the bottom of the sea. Okay, how deep can it go? No one knows how deep the mind can go. No one knows how deep the emotion can go. Now, Neptune also represents those that were typically outcasted from church, okay? So we're talking about in the biblical days, because Neptune represents, the Bible happened during the Piscean age. We are now in the age of Aquarius. So I do feel like this is sort of like that shift from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age, where there was a belief that you must sacrifice in order to be happy. You must experience pain in order to experience glory. You must experience that in order to experience, you must experience bad in order to experience good, right? Which is essentially the biblical, you know, age. But what was being taught was that it's not about saying, okay, the tax auditors, you're not allowed in the church, the prostitutes, you're not allowed in the church, the drug, like the people who are on drugs, you're not allowed in the church, the alcoholics, you're not allowed in the church. That's what was happening during the Piscean age. It was like, you're not allowed into the church if you are like this, right? It is a feeling of inclusion. It is a feeling about we are all different. We're all dealing with our own sins and difficulties, right? What Jesus did was preach to everybody. He was like, everybody can get the message. Okay, I'm gonna tell my message, then I'm gonna put on my flip-flops and go on to the next town. You can either take the message or not, but here's the message. No one was judged, everyone was included. That is the age of Aquarius. The representation of also maybe even being a pillar of light for other people, to be inspired to be themselves, that they're not judged for that, that we're all doing our best. Basically, this is really beautiful. It does go from a very watery energy of being at the bottom of the sea, being lost, being so lost in the emotion, right, to a very logical and detached planet. You know, I mean, Aquarius is connected to a very detached planet, the coldest planet. That's why a lot of people who have Aquarius in their charts are very detached, very cold in certain aspects. And that's the type of energy we're seeing here. To you don't really know who you are, what you believe, to what I was believing, I don't identify with. Now I know my belief. Now I know what I actually believe in. In your future, you are the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So Pisces and Jupiter can be Sagittarius, Ophiuchus energy. So Ophiuchus meaning you could be born from November 30th to December 18th. You also have the Queen of Cups, Gemini, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, Ophiuchus energy. So in the future, you feel like you're getting a wish come true. You're like, I'm getting what I want, yay. I have the job that I want, yay. I feel really good about myself. I have a lot of confidence, okay? This is having a lot of self-love. If you're in a relationship or a marriage, you're like, I have my dream person. I have the person that, like, I really want. Like, they're everything that I could have ever wanted, okay? There is a part of you that you don't just feel like this emotionally, philosophically, or even spiritually. I also feel like you feel like this in a sense of like emotionally and logically. Like it makes sense to you. There's a part of you like this makes sense. And if you look at your cup, you're like, it's overgrown. It's so abundant. I'm fulfilled within myself, whether there's anything or anyone around or not. Some of you guys could be astrologers. Some of you are going to an astrologer. Some of you guys are healing. Some of you guys could be healers. Others of you are celebrities. Okay, you're very well known. You came here with a question and your answer is yes. I do see a wish coming true for you. If you are in a relationship, I also see that relationship becoming not just very healing for yourself, but it also being a very healing relationship that other people see. Okay? Because I see like all these eyes. I feel like a lot of people are watching you be very self-fulfilled within yourself. I also feel like you're taking very good care of yourself. I feel like putting really good things in your body and your mind and your soul. If you're in a relationship or a marriage, the feminine energy in the future for you, you feel like has your best intentions at heart, is very emotionally available. And you also feel like they are someone that you've definitely deeply impacted emotionally. that they do bring you a lot of fulfillment. And there's a recognition of if there was like a deep emotional impact, rather positive or negative, you would probably feel like it came from lack of being able to have self-love in oneself, right? In which, like, if you're connecting, right, to the Queen of Cups, then you may feel like, okay, maybe you were selfish at some point, right? Or did something to where you upset the Queen of Cups, right? Queen of Cups is somebody who you've deeply emotionally impacted, essentially. It's also an acknowledgement that you have to be fulfilled within yourself in order to be able to connect to other people who are also emotionally available, okay? Meaning to be able to give and be emotionally available with others, right? We have to be emotionally available and emotionally satisfied within ourselves, essentially. And so in the future, I see you being a very emotionally balanced, very emotionally available. Some of you guys work in philosophy, psychology, spirituality, religion. Some of you guys work in astrology. Others of you work with animals, or you work in the limelight. You could be a celebrity. Others of you work in prisons, institutions, and asylums. You could be a nurse or a doctor. Some of you guys work with travel or communications, philosophy, psychology, spirituality, religion, money, or with nature or cooking or technology. Rap, dance, act, sing. You could work in the esoteric or the occult, or you could literally work in the morgue. Some of you guys work in communications. I feel like you remember. As a Queen of Cups, I feel like you remember. There's a feeling of you feeling things very deeply, but still being very emotionally balanced. I also see a wish coming true for you on a goal that you have. What you don't see coming is if you're in a relationship or a marriage. You got the Magician, Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio. The masculine energy will know all the right things to say to you. There will be a lot of good communication if you're in a relationship or a marriage. And many of you are also starting a new job that you have past experience with other jobs, that you're gonna have to use those talents that you learn in those other jobs in this particular job for you to be successful. Some of you guys are becoming fathers. You could be a masculine energy. Some of you guys are getting married. You could be any astrological sign. Many of you, if you're a man or a masculine energy, you're taking on more responsibility if you're in a relationship or a marriage, okay? You could be starting a family as well. Some of you guys could be becoming uncles. If you are in a relationship or a marriage, I see there being compatibility mentally and through communication. You guys are like, we are mentally and intellectually aligned. If you're single, I do see you meeting someone who is ready for a commitment, or being approached by a masculine energy that is ready for a commitment, and you guys are mentally and intellectually compatible. If you're in a relationship or marriage, I see you being the exact opposite of your significant other, and that's why the relationship and connection works, because you guys learn how to better love yourselves that way. And I see you being very patient for someone to take control and speak their truth and take action. So it's saying be patient. Have your own belief, have your own faith in your dream, because it will come true and come into fruition. Your advice is the Ten of Pentacles, Virgo, and Mercury. If you're single, there is a single family friend that is interested in you or is in love with you. If you are in a relationship or a marriage, you are marrying into money, okay? This is a relationship or a marriage that will last for many, many legacies. You are also starting a business with your significant other, like a family business between you and your significant other. Maybe you guys will like have children, your children work maybe in the business. But it's gonna make you a lot of money, and it's gonna last for many years. If it's a marriage or a relationship, it's gonna last for many, many, many years. If you own a business, it will feed your children's children. It's gonna make a lot of money, especially if you already own a business. I also see you receiving a lot of money, receiving property, receiving land. With the Ten of Pentacles, for many of you, you are literally marrying into a very financially abundant family, okay? A very financially abundant relationship or marriage. So you have the bee blossom collective service, okay? So the bee also represents community, working, busy bee. So having a lot of different things that you're probably doing and wanting to manifest, right? So in your pursuit for sweetness, you pollinate and spread life wherever you roam. Just being you and doing what you love helps hearts bloom. When you embrace your passions and God-given gifts, you are doing what Creator designed you to do. This helps restore balance to the whole human ecosystem or collective consciousness. This is the collective consciousness. Aquarius is the collective consciousness. Like bee, you may not be aware of the mighty purpose you serve by doing something as small as buzzing around and sipping up the sweet nectar of life. Never underestimate the power of your presence. Just by embodying your divine blueprint alone is part of your mission here. Our desire for love, for divine purpose, is an instinctual desire, the same desire that makes a bee fly from flower to flower, making life possible just by feeding itself. So do what makes you feel full inside. Do what makes your heart flutter so much it's as if you can elevate. Just be you. You don't have to be doing anything obvious to be making a difference. Everyone has a role within the hive, and no matter how big or small the role is, it serves the whole just the same. So whatever it is you feel called to do or called to be, do it with all your heart. It's often the small things and little gestures in life that have the greatest impact. Whatever kind of bee you are just as important as the rest. Without you, the rest of the hive would fall apart. Appreciate yourself and begin to see the value of your essence alone and the energy you radiate. When it is time to be out in the world doing something obvious, doing some obvious form of service, it will be something that blooms naturally from just being. So I think it's you also really recognizing that you make a difference just by being you. Okay? Just by... Some of you guys are going to a priest, a bishop, a shaman. You could be one. Many of you own a spiritual business that will be known worldwide. Okay, like it will be known all over the world. This is about you having your own belief. Okay, so for many of you, this is also you believing in a traditional marriage or religion. This is you believing in religion. Okay, this is you having a belief system and you staying true to that belief system. Stay true to what you believe and recognize that you're making a difference simply by being yourself. You matter, okay? You matter, okay? Live in your truth, speak your truth, and Recognize you have all the tools necessary to manifest what it is that you want. Be honest with yourself and live in your truth, okay? Be patient with yourself. Be willing to learn something new, even if it is religiously or spiritually as well. So I see you being open to learning something new, okay? I see you balancing head and heart here, which is beautiful. This has been your reading, Taurus. If you're interested in the process, so in the description box down below. And amen and ashe.